Good evening, Dr. Asma. Today, I am delighted to stand before you to present a comprehensive overview of our financial accounting assignment. My name is Ravanya and I am from Group 3, whom choose two deniably successful companies, which is Dua Pharma Biotech Berhad and STS Food Manufacturing Sdn Berhad. Today, I am going to explain or account the introduction of our team for the chosen companies. Pharma Biotech Berhad was founded in 1978 and incorporated in the year of 2000. Dua Pharma Biotech concentrated on expanding its range of business ventures to include generic drug and biosimilar manufacturing, research and development, commercialization and marketing to provide superior cutting-edge and easy accessible solutions in Malaysia and around the globe. Moving back to the STS Group Food Manufacturing Sdn Berhad, STS Group is a Johor native group which is founded in the year of 1987. STS has been creating every new items every month to maintain the client's interest in STS offering.
Thanks to Ravanya. Hi, my name is Darshini Shankar, metric card number 299355. Today I'm going to explain about the liquidity ratio of Dua Pharma Biotech Company. A current ratio higher than 1 indicates that Dua Pharma Biotech has more current asset than current liability. This indicates the current ratio of 2.05 suggests that the company has 2 ringgit 5 cent in current asset for every 1 ringgit in current liability. Moving on to the next, Dua Pharma's quick ratio is 1.16. A quick ratio of 1.16 ratio 1 means that for every 1 ringgit of current liability, the company has 1 ringgit 60 cent in quick assets. Okay, next, total asset turnover of Dua Pharma is 0.58 times, which means that on average, the Dua Pharma Biotech Group Berhad generate 58 cent in revenue for every 1 ringgit of average total asset. And then, account receivable turnover ratio of Dua Pharma is 5.03, which means 5.03 times suggests that on average it takes about 73 days for the company to collect payments from its customers. Okay, moving on to the next. Dua Pharma's profit margin of 10.06% implies that after covering all expenses, the company retains approximately 10.06 cent as profit for each ringgit Malaysia of sales. Moving on to the next, the return on common shareholders' equity of 69.99% indicate that Dua Pharma Biotech Group Berhad is generating a return of approximately 16.99 cents for every ringgit Malaysia of common equity. Okay, the next is the debt to asset ratio. The debt to asset ratio of Dua Pharma is 46.38%, which indicates that the company's total assets are financed by debt. Lastly, the debt to equity ratio. The debt to equity ratio suggests that the Dua Pharma company is financing approximately 86.49% of its operating through debt and the remaining through equity.
My metric number is 299933. 2.1 liquidity ratio of STS. For the first one is current ratio shows 1.14 to 1, which means the company has around 1 ringgit 14 cent in current assets for every 1 ringgit in current liabilities. Next is quick ratio. All the assets are excluded from inventories and prepayments. The ratio of STS is 0.92 to 1. Every 1 ringgit of current liabilities, the company has 92 cent in quick assets. Next is 2.2 activity ratio of STS. For the total asset turnover is 1.41 times. It means STS generates around 1 ringgit 41 cents in revenue for every 1 ringgit of average total assets. Next, account receivable turnover shows 22.93 times. It means STS collecting its receivables approximately 22.93 times a year. It makes about 16 days for the company to collect payments from its customer. Besides that, 22.3 probability ratio of STS. Profit margin on sale shows 5.35%. It means STS retains approximately 5.35 cents as profit for each ringgit Malaysia of sales. Next, return on common shareholders' equity. STS generating a return of approximately 2% or 2 cents for every ringgit Malaysia of common equity. 2.4 leverage ratios of STS. For the first is debt to asset ratio shows 42.78%. It means the debt to asset ratio indicates that approximately 42.78% of the company's total assets are financed by debt. Debt to equity ratio shows 74.77%, financing approximately 74.77% of its operations through debt and the remaining through equity by STS.
My name is Rashmi Subramanian. My metric number is 300323. Today I am presenting our profit comparison for each of the ratio between the two companies. There are 8 ratios: current ratio, quick ratio, total asset turnover, account receivable, profit margin on sale, return on equity shareholder, debt on asset ratio, debt on equity ratio. First of all, for current ratio, Diaforma Biotech ratio higher than the STS. Diaforma Group ratio is 2.05, STS is 1.14. Diaforma Biotech is more asset than the STS. For a quick ratio, STS has a quick ratio 0.92, Diaforma Biotech 1.16 ratio. Diaforma company has more quick asset than STS. For total asset turnover, STS outperformed Diaforma. Total asset turnover for Diaforma Biotech is 0.58 times for RM1 ringgit, whereas STS is 1.14 times for RM1 ringgit. Revenue generated by STS more than the Diaforma Biotech. For our account receivable, STS has a higher ratio such as 22.93 times. Meanwhile, Diaforma Biotech has 5.03. STS Group collect account receivable within 16 days, but Diaforma took 73 days to collect their account receivables. For the profit margin on sale, Diaforma Biotech has a higher profit margin than STS. STS make 5.35 while Diaforma Biotech make 10.06%. There is a difference among two companies. Diaforma Biotech generate 4.41% more than STS. For the return on shareholder equity, STS Group generated lower return compared to the Diaforma. STS company able to make only 2%, but Diaforma make 16.99%. The difference between two companies is 14.99%. Diaforma retain a strong return than STS. In addition, debt to asset ratio, STS only register 42.78%, but Diaforma report 46.38%. There is 3.6% gap. Diaforma Biotech relies more on debt than STS. Lastly, debt to equity ratio, STS Group financing around 74.77% of the total debt and 25.23% on equity. Diaforma financing 86.49% on debt and 13.51% of total equity. The disparity of two companies are 11.72%. It indicates that Diaforma has a higher level of debt than STS.
Assalamualaikum and very good day to Doctor. I'm Nur Asrawi here and my matrix number is 300344. Today I'll be presenting the part 4.0, suggestions on how both companies can improve their current performance. And I'll begin with our first company, which is Duo Pharma Company. The first ratio is the current ratio. Suggestion to improve this ratio is the advanced working capital administration. Persistently, Duo Pharma Company should evaluate and deal with the company's functioning capital parts, including records of sales, creditors, liabilities, and stock to keep an ideal equilibrium. Thus, it will upgrade the working capital administration, includes provisionally dealing with these momentary resources and liabilities to guarantee smooth everyday tasks. And the second suggestion is the effective stock administration. Guarantee provision stock turnover by abstaining from overloading and recognizing sluggish or outdated stock that can be exchanged. These strategies to enhance the stock management is by optimizing the stock levels. The second ratio is the quick ratio. Speed up receivables assortment can improve this quick ratio. This can be done by laying out effective assortment. Strategies like carrying out an orderly cycle for circling back to past due installment is fundamental. Then, by offering limits or motivations for early installments, urges the clients to settle their duty immediately, facilitating the assortment cycle and upgrading the cash inflows. The second suggestion is the debt management. The company can manage the debt by making survey existing obligation structures and investigate amazing chances to negotiate the exorbitant premium obligations at lower rates. Next is the total assets turnover. The suggestion is the optimizations of marketing and sales. To improve this ratio, Duo Pharma can optimize marketing and sales when sales increased by targeted marketing techniques that concentrate on high margin goods and services without requiring a large capital commitment. And the next ratio is account receivable turnover. The suggestion is streamlining the billing and invoicing processes. Gaining insight into and evaluating this ratio can help one understand the operational effectiveness and financial stability of a business. To guarantee that bills are issued on time precisely, streamline and accelerate the invoicing process could help this. Next is the profit margin sales ratio. This ratio can be improved by maximizing the revenue. By assessing the product mix, strategically concentrate on revenue maximization. In marketing campaigns, you can highlight and identify the high margin goods and services which can help to improve this ratio. Return on common shareholders' equity. There are two suggestions to improve this ratio. The first one is improve company governance and transparency. Trust is developed and investors are drawn to transparent and well-managed company governance policies. Sustaining the transparent and communication, moral corporate conduct, and a dedication to sustainability can all have a beneficial impact on shareholders' confidence and may even boost the investment. Proceeding to the next suggestion, which is the constant monitoring and adaptation. It's critical to keep an eye on market dynamics, industry trends, and financial performance indicators. The company should evaluate the success of tactics that have been put into practice and make necessary adjustments in order to maintain the long-term increase in the ROE. Next is debt to assets ratio. This ratio can improve by strategic financial planning. The company should create a through long-term financial plan that places an emphasis on responsible debt management and looks for ways to cut back on the use of debt financing. Last but not the least is the debt to equity ratio. This ratio can be improved by cost control and optimal performance. Increasing operational efficiency can help reduce the wasteful spending, boost profits, and even minimize the need for debt financing. The company could take the steps to cut the expenses without sacrificing the quality in order to free up money for necessary operations and reduce debt.
Hi, my name is Sanjita and my metric number is 300522. For the SDS and the current ratio, they can increase their current assets. SDs can focus on increasing cash reserves by optimizing cash management practices, efficiently collecting receivables, and they can decrease current liabilities by negotiating excellent payment terms with supplier, can eliminate the payment window, providing more time to convert current asset into the cash. For the quick ratio, they can accelerate cash recollection. Offering discount or incentive early payments from customer can incentive prompt settlements, reducing account receivable and improving quick assets. For the total asset turnover, optimizing asset utilization, investing technology or machinery that improve productivity can help in generating more sales with the same or lower asset base. For the account receivable turnover, they can review credit policies. Analyzing customer creditworthiness and tightening credit terms can lead to quicker payment collection. For the profit margin on sales, they can cost optimization, conducting a true cost analysis to identify areas where expenses can reduce without compromising quality. They can revenue enhancement, market research to identify untapped segment or geographical areas to expand sales. For the return on common shareholders' equity, they can efficiency improvement, implementing lean management practices to streamline operations, eliminate waste, and enhance productivity. For the debt to assets ratio and debt to equity ratio, they can debt management, negotiating lower interest rate with creditors or refinancing high interest debt to reduce overall interest expenses. Second, they can equity enhancement by attracting new investors through strategic partnership or marketing the company's potential. And for the conclusion, based on the ratio calculation, we can say that Duo Pharma company has a better performance for the year 2022 compared to the SDS company. But there are also some suggestions that can be considered improve both company performance, although it is impossible to forecast a company's Duo Pharma Biotech's exact future. They have a strategic focus on biotech research and generic medications. Thank you.